Hello everyone, watch this review here with The Price Was Right. Do 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 do. I don't even know how the actual song goes, but today's edition is the G.I. Joe Combat Heroes Destro Scarlett pack. Now, how much would WTR pay for it? Would you say $4? You don't know WTR. $3? No way. $2? We could do better. Yes, that's right. I waited until it was on clearance for $1 before I picked this up. I was really iffy on the pack. Previously, I did buy the, what was it, the Storm Shadow Snake Eyes pack, which I thought was really great. But that one had more articulation. These sculpts were a little bit cooler, cuter, and all that. This pack, not so much. So it just sat at the shelf. At my local, what was it, TJ Maxx until. You know what? Finally caved when it went down to $1. So, now I love the packaging on this line, but I don't ever leave this stuff in pack. And it seems like they really sort of nail the design aesthetic. It's got a lot going on, but at the same time, it also informs you about the offerings of the line, even if it doesn't necessarily show you the actual figures. It does have the art, which is cool. And then, of course, the physical part here you can actually remove and use as a stand if you have the space for it. I don't. As soon as I open this, I'll probably just toss out the packaging. But hold on a second, and we'll take a closer look. Okay, to start things off, in case you didn't get a good look at the little stand thing here or whatever, here you go. Again, basically like the illustrations seen on the back of the package. In fact, almost exactly so, except for some pop-outs for the weapons. Yeah, the pack is nowhere near as decent as the previous one I reviewed. A lot less articulation on both of them. Scarlett has some pretty massive standing issues. Just overall, just not the same level of quality. Also, I forgot to mention that the other pack came with a little Timberwolf figure, whereas this one's just these two. Yeah. First off, half the time when you try posing Scarlett with a bow out, she's not going to stand. It only really works if it's positioned straight up, or if it's positioned like sideways. It's forward, severe balance issues. The other issue is with the hand here, there aren't many poses that make it look natural. Basically, it's by the side, right behind the body. If you try to do it forward, I don't know, it's kind of funky. Now, whereas she has head movement, the ponytail here means she can't really move it to the side. I guess if she can move her head further along, you could probably do like she's handing somebody something, which would be an okay pose, but no such luck. I guess the face is cute enough. General sculpt, I guess is kind of okay. Now, whereas I'm less impressed by Destro's sculpt here, I think they actually did the much better job on him. For starters, I think when they aren't like doing a character face, the style sort of lends itself better to it, whereas he's kind of wearing a mask. It's got more of a sort of natural look to it. If you look at his arm here, he's got like a thing of grenades in one, then he's got a thing of missiles in the other, and I've got a phone call, so hang on. Which is a nice, kind of nice touch. And of course, he's sculpted in his belt and his shoulder band, which doesn't seem to do anything. I guess it's like a suspender because the belt won't stay on by itself, despite not really having anything on it, just a little bunch of little pouches. Oh, and he's got a really tiny holster that, would never be able to store that gun. It's got no weapon in it. What's up with that? Didn't mention it, but you can kind of see the quiver here, so she has really tiny bolts. But, he's got waist movement, then both the arms move, really tiny amount of head movement. Pretty much the same as Scarlett, except for when you pose him, you know, he actually manages to stand up. Now, the gun you can pose any number of ways, and you know what? It's going to look cool, it's going to look natural. The problem is this hand thing here where, you know, if you're posing it down like this, it's like, what the hell is he doing? Do it like this, like he's trying to hail a cab. I mean, who's going to pick him up when he's carrying a loaded gun? And ideally, you know, probably a halt, you shall not pass. Maybe these are not the droids you were looking for. Yeah. I mean, all in all, you know, just the much better figure. I mean, yeah. She's kind of okay, but Destro is halfway decent. Again, you know, it's just kind of disappointing that these two aren't as cool as the other pack I reviewed. You know, all the same, kind of cool and definitely worth $1. And probably the last two I'll be picking up from the series because I think they're all out of the overstock retailers at this point. But yeah, this has been a look at Destro and Scarlett from the G.I. Joe Combat Heroes line. Really decent line. Typically not something I'd collect, but you know, thanks to the magic of clearances, I picked some up. So until next time, folks.